Have you guys been following my review of Danica McKellar's Math Doesn't Suck book? Well, today I'm going to conclude that review. I've read the last chapter of it, and I'm going to tell you all about it, and I'm going to give you my final evaluation of the whole book. Okay? How does Danica McKellar end this math book? She invites William Shakespeare to her classroom. If you can read and write in cursive and can easily read the King's English, this chapter will be very easy. Otherwise, well, this chapter is for the hopelessly romantic. Danica McKellar spares no expense as she invites Harry Burnett Reese and Milton Hershey to her classroom. And what does she serve them? She grabs some potatoes from her garden, and then she places a butter dish and a gravy bowl next to their plates. While Mr. Hershey and Mr. Reese are eating their potatoes, William Shakespeare is creating word problems using the X variable. Remember me talking about that in previous variables? Yeah. Good luck in reading his word problems if you can't read cursive. The topic of this chapter is how to utilize the X and Y variables for solving word problems. Let's see what Danica McKellar has in mind for this. As I explained in previous videos, if you see the words product of, then you are most likely multiplying two numerals together. Sometimes modern math teachers and tutors omit the word product and just use the preposition. See, we have prepositions in the English language, and one of them happens to be the word of. Okay? So if you can insert the word product into a word problem that omits the word product, then you may be solving a multiplication problem. As I stated in a previous video, the word quotient will immediately indicate to you that you are solving a division problem. But sometimes modern math teachers and tutors will use the preposition per or the word article a, because you have a preposition in English called per or a word article called a to express a division problem. And I also stated in a previous video that the words sum always indicates an addition problem. But what other words can indicate an addition problem? One obvious word is the word total. The conjunction and could also indicate an addition problem, because remember, in English we have conjunctions as well, and one of those conjunctions happens to be the word and. Okay? The word combination more than, okay, you have a word combination, and the phrase is more than, could indicate an addition problem, or it could indicate a greater than math problem. Tread that word combination carefully. The passive verb is and are, okay, you have passive verbs in the English language as well, and one of them is and one of them is are. Those passive verbs usually indicates an equal sign. The interrogative adverb what, okay, yeah, we have interrogative adverbs in the English language as well. That they have an interrogative adverb, it's called what. That particular adverb can indicate the need to use a variable. This is also true of the phrase how much. Yes, the phrase, we have a phrase in English, it's called how much. It can indicate using a variable. Then Danica McKellar briefly revisits the makeup bag that she discussed in her previous chapter, and I discussed in my previous video. She adds a few twists to the makeup bag problem so she can help students practice using variables. And this is how our book ends. So what do I think of the book? Well, overall the book was kind of a useful guide for young ladies struggling with mathematics. I'll give you that. But I must state that the final two chapters took the long and winding road of algebra when it wasn't necessary. None of it was. You don't have to have William Shakespeare to know how to do algebra. I could teach you in 10 minutes. Not hard at all. And in previous videos, I've actually taught these topics with the greatest of ease. I didn't have to go through a whole bunch of mnemonics for this. I mean, there were some mnemonics, but nothing like this. If you can find a used copy of this book, I recommend purchasing it. Just for a little mathematical practice and to have some good ideas. Otherwise, just save your money and watch my videos instead, okay? you don't need a new copy of this. If you find one used for about $2 or $3, go for it. But honestly, you don't need it. Alright? Now, having said all of that, I want to tell you guys that throughout the remainder of this summer, plus in the fall, I'm going to review Hot X Algebra Exposed, and we'll see if she does any better with this than she did with that. Alright, I'd like to thank you guys very much for watching this entire book review. It's been kind of a long review, and like I said, it's not a particularly bad book, it's just a little long-winded. That's about all I can say for it. It's just long-winded, and it's like, why? Okay, but whatever. Alright, I'd like to tell you more, and I will be telling you more in a future video, so I'd like for you to stay tuned.